Let's talk about the second half of your time in charge. That kicked off a game at Airdrie, a 1-1 draw. I think Dom scored again that day, put us ahead. Mason Hancock, I think, scored a goal for them. And then Danny almost won it with a header. Hit the inside the post.
Rudy as well, I think, a chance
To the back post. Again, another good performance away from home.
Yeah, definitely. I think, when we go to, what I found was when I was here, when the pitches were good, we actually played really well. The majority of times when the pitch moved quickly and we can move the ball quickly, I was always quite confident in what we could do. When the pitch was a bit slower and a bit stickier, a bit bumpier, we struggled a wee bit. So I thought it was a good performance. Airdrie are a good team, a lot of young players in their team as well, a lot of energy, play a certain style as well, as in he changes the style. People keep saying he's the passing, but I watched him playing. Nice. He can play both ways, so very impressed with Airdrie. Disappointed how we lost the goal. I think he runs from the halfway line, shoots. So again, little things that we talked about, that kind of defensive responsibility that can win you games of football and make it easier. But I thought we were in the game. I thought both teams had chances, and it was one of those quite entertaining games.
Okay. We then moved on to Partick, and I think that was a game you said afterwards, I wish we could start scoring ugly goals. I think because there was a great crossfield Louis and a diving header for Callum, and then a terrific move for Rory to score the second. 2 up. Start the second half, let Partick Thistle back into it.
Yeah, I thought we were pretty comfortable in the game. I thought it probably one of our best performances, especially at home. I think I was really pleased with how we played. Obviously, goals were fantastic. I think right through the season, all of our goals are pretty good. There's not many scrappy ones that we do score, which is a bit disappointing because that will definitely help. But I thought that was the point. I thought a few decisions with the referee a little bit soft. I thought Alex Bannon, I think he's been really good for a young man this season. I think overall his performance is good. Just little things to learn. Again, that naivety in defending situations, seeing out games. Allowed Partick again to get back into it. Partick are renowned for scoring goals like that, and they put everybody forward. So it was a game that probably one game that I thought we should have won it. It might have made the remaining games a little bit easier, but. Great goals.
It's a tough league.
Tough league, and we were competing. That's us. I think we beat Wraith away. They're second in the league. Obviously we drew with Partick and they're third in the league. So all positive signs.
Okay. The next game was a goal short Hampden with Wraith. I think both sides had chances that day.
Yeah, definitely. Wraith were obviously pushed for the title at that point. I think it was really close between them and Dun United. So again, another good performance against a home performance that we're trying to improve it. We're trying to create something at Hampden where it's not enjoyable for the opposition team, it's more enjoyable for us. I think it's something for next season we'll need to make sure we try and do. We need to figure out ways where we put the supporters, where we put the dugouts. What do we do? Can we help our players on the pitch? Because that's the most important thing. And the Wraith game was a good game. And again, same thing. Both teams try to have a go. And at this point, I was actually quite happy with how we were playing. I thought our style of football was pretty good. We're trying to attack with numbers. We're trying to defend with numbers. So the whole focus on what we're trying to achieve, as well as staying up and playing some
improvements by that stage.
Some improvements, and some of the youngsters coming through. Liam McLeish at this point, Zach Mockin, Cammy, quite a few of them. Alec Bannon. So a lot of young players in that team. A lot of young players as well without game experience. Even 21-year-olds that come up from England. Not a lot of experience in game time. So I think it was really important for them to learn certain things in games, and we definitely had that.
The following week we went to Ayr, and probably the first half there was the best your team had played since you came in, but you only had the one goal to show for it at half time.
That's football. I think you watch Champions League games and you watch games and you see chances. It's all about taking your chances, and I thought that was probably our best 45-minute performance without really taking the game away from there. Again, second half obviously we had chances again, but again, to me that was probably the most pleasing performance we had. It was pitch was actually quite good again, so it's a good pitch and a lot of good performances. We had a few knocks and injuries after it. I think we lost Louis during the game, and then that's the game we lost. Domin was injured as well, so it shows you a bit size of squad and how to use them.
I think it was important, having had the Partick Thistle experience, to get the win. Even I know you lost a goal and for a corner, it was disappointing, but it's pleasing to get the 3 points.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you play well and you don't win, I think it's quite hard. It's like when you don't play well and you lose, it's quite hard as well. If that makes sense. That makes sense, doesn't it? So I think it's that was a game we played really well, and I've been really disappointed if to come out with a point or nothing from that game. So I'm really pleased with the character, and even towards the end of the game I actually felt quite comfortable in it. and thought we were going to take 3 points.
We then move on to a fortnight. I don't know how much detail you want to go into the fortnight. Norton, as we've spoken about, Capello, a record over years hasn't been good there. Dundee United were pushing very close to the title. They're quite an easier than you would have liked to win at Hampden, I'm sure. And then there was the Inverness game, which seemed to sap a lot of people's positivity. Yeah,
I think so. I think it's you weren't really. I think we go back to the Morton game. I thought it was a really just a poor game. Both teams. I don't think it was anything. I think Lee McLeish had a chance.
A 0-0.
I think about 2 minutes before they score a set play, which we are set up wrong from. So again, it's that naivety in defending. It's always nice playing patterns and doing all this nice football stuff. But I think for me, it's doing the basics well. We're set up wrong in the wall. We're set up wrong in our line. They score from it. And then obviously the free kick as well they score from. So it was one of those games. It was a tough game. Dundee United game. Probably. They were going for the title. They just figured a way out how to play.
They changed their style before that.
Yeah, they went pretty direct before it. Thought the best team they had in the pitch, their front four were their best front four they could produce, and they put against Watson West Dunfermline away, and they played a completely different system. And then they just went, no, we're going to go forward early, and caused all sorts of problems. I thought the goals we lost second half were really disappointing. Because we were probably still in the game, 1-0 down at half time. Again, that little bit naivety in defending. I thought it was a poor goal to lose at that time, when we haven't played well, to stay in the game, and ultimately that was poor. And then the one, probably the game that I probably enjoyed least from the whole season that I've been here was the Inverness one. I thought they didn't really try and create much. We didn't really create much. I think it was just that game, and it was such a vital game at the time. He scores a free kick from 25 yards.
One bit of quality in the game.
That was basically the one bit of quality, but I didn't think we turned up, and I referred to earlier, that's the games that annoy me. That's the games that we didn't. If we didn't turn up, we didn't win. If we turned up, played really well, and 6-1 in the stanchion, I could probably accept it a little bit better. But I thought as a team we just lacked any kind of real sort of fluidity. We didn't really create and open them up like we have done other teams. So that was it. And you're right, it created a lot of negativity, not within the group here, not within the staff, but I think it just there seemed to be a lot of negativity about the place, and it's really important. My job is to keep that positive.
Some people were accepting Queen's Park finishing second bottom. That was never your approach, was it?
Never. I always knew the games coming up we had. I think it was Inverness, and then we obviously touch the next 3 games, so I thought we could win them all. Inverness put us on the back foot a little bit, and it's how do you react as a group, how do you react as a team, and so happy with the group of players and with the staff and the positivity that they kept within them. We always felt we could win games. I think obviously we missed Dom a little bit for his creative spark. He's the one that obviously makes us tick at times, and went to Dunfermline. I thought a really good performance, Stuart McKinstry. I saw that sort of performance thing that I enjoy watching the team, and I saw that there at Dunfermline. So going into the last 2 games, I knew that if we were on it, we had a chance to win both.
I think I spoke to you after the Dunfermline game, and I thought that the press overall were negative about Queen's Park's display, and that negativity kind of carried forward to Arbroath the following week, where your team won, but nobody wanted to interview you because you weren't in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm sure Chick was on the other side. I think we're going to have a word with Chick, because he was only there in case I lost. That was it. So listen, I was just pleased we got this. People say you say that negativity in the film. I didn't quite see it myself, and I always said after the game, I think that point might be so vital. I think I was right. It was a vital point, and I think we went to Arbroath, difficult place to go. Started the game really well. Everybody's up for it. We're ready to go. Put a really good performance in a difficult place to go and play, and it left us with the last game to win something.
Scored good goals that day as well.
Yeah, again, no rubbishy ones really. Maybe Welshie claims his was a good one. It was a great touch and finish. I thought that was probably the only scrappy goal we've scored since I've been here.
Good. That set us up for last Friday. Airdrie at home. You had a message to the fans, and Dom had a message to the fans, and there was a real atmosphere last Friday, which you spoke about afterwards as well. Great to deliver on occasions like that.
Definitely is. I think it helps the players. I don't think they realise. I think Friday night is quite like Friday night at Hampden. It's quite a nice time to play. A lot of people come out, and it's a good place to come watch the game. Hampden, I thought they definitely backed us. You could hear them. I think the players responded. They knew it was a pressure game. We knew where Airdrie were going into the playoffs. But again, any player who walks into the pitch and doesn't try, you know, as a professional. I'm not sure I've seen that many. So I knew it was going to be a tough game, and there was players coming in trying to prove themselves.
For the playoffs, yeah.
So it's one of those games we had to make sure we were ready for it. Didn't know what system he was going to play. It could have changed anything. But again, great goal by Rory. You know, I think we had a couple of chances before it, and then Rory scores a great goal. And then second half, you know, we missed chance after chance, and we have chances to score. And I'm thinking,
here we go.
Then Liam comes, whispers in my ear, it's 3-1 to Inverness with Morton Man sitting off. We're 1-0 up, and I'm thinking, right, okay, this is it, 20 minutes. Can we make sure we hold on, but also can we make sure we try and get another goal, which is a real fine balance. And then young Liam, you know, steps up and puts one in the bottom corner, and absolutely delighted. Delighted for the players, delighted for the supporters, you know, to get where we want to get to, because it's been a really, really good, really enjoyable 4 months. I know we have been more at the bottom league, but for me it's been a real enjoyable experience getting these young players to go and play with a real positive attitude.
I don't know if you've went back and watched the footage of Liam's goal, but there's a real unity between Liam and the boys that are warming up at the side of the pitch, the boys on the pitch and the fans and the ball attendants and all that kind of stuff. It's a wonderful 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's good. You know, I think that's what you want as a group. You know, I don't think you can't have splinters. You can't have these people who probably don't want to be here or are negative. I'm always a really positive person that way, and sometimes it's hard when you get criticism, you know, because sometimes it's not deserved, sometimes it is. But again, it's just trying to stay that positive mindset, and that's what I'll try and instill into the players. You know, you will have times, especially younger ones, you'll have poor games. For me, the last game of the season, Alec Bannon probably epitomised that. And he's had some tough times coming up lately, comes into the game, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. You know, so that'll help him for next season. You've got Will Tizard, Jack Turner, Stuart McKinstry, all young football experience. Another year playing football, and then you've got the younger ones behind that. Your Lee McCreesh, Zach Mawkins, you know, these type of players all coming through with more experience again, so can all help Queen's Park going forward. And what we want to achieve here is that is what we want to achieve, that those young players getting opportunities and playing well at the same time. Not an easy formula, but it's something we'll definitely try and do.
You getting any time off?
Well, you've called me back in today, so this was my day off, but you've made me come in.
Wish I had that.
So no, I'll get a wee bit of time off. I don't think any manager will tell you you don't really have any days off. You just don't work from the club. So yeah, I'll get some time off and enjoy it, and we'll obviously look towards next season. You know,
we'll call you in next week to start talking about the next season.
So we'll do that, but I think it's a good time to reflect. I think just obviously everybody's been fantastic, you know, since they've been here. So we just need to make sure we continue that attitude, that positivity going into next season. You know, there will be ups and downs along the way, and just make sure we're not too high and we're not too low, and make sure we try and keep improving.
Callum, on behalf of Sean and I and all other guys that work on this side of the camera, thank you for your time throughout the season.
No problem. Coffee's next year.